hovered above. In the distance, one could hear the trumpeting of an elephant. The sky was red, waiting for the sun. A peacock quivered in excitement. An Upanishad was about to happen between a warrior and a sage. The battle-scarred conqueror of the world, with golden hair, transformed into a storyteller, and retold tales he had heard long ago from his mother and father, servants, slaves, soldiers, and tutors. 1. Jain mythology speaks of three kinds of great men: the Vasudevas, heroes; the Chakravartis, kings; and the Tirthankaras, sages. Alexander mirrors a violent Vasudeva who aspires to be a Chakravarti, a universal emperor who controls the world with his rules. The gymnosophist mirrors or aspires to be a Tirthankara, the sage who sees the world for what it is, in its entirety, without the desire to control it. 2. Although there is little doubt that Alexander interacted with philosophers wherever he went, including India, the content of those conversations could be a later invention. Were they Jain sages, Buddhist monks, Hindu yogis? We will never know, and can only speculate. 3. In India, Alexander the Great, or his representative Onisicratus, had an interview with local sages, including one, Dandamis, Dandapani, who lived near Taxila. A sage called Calanus, Kalyana, a student of Dandamis, followed the conqueror to the west, where he died. The story of the interview and of Calanus's death are described in several sources, such as the Anabasis of Alexander by the Greek author Arrian of Nicomedia. 4. Greek and later Roman writings describe Indian sages or gymnosophists mostly as naked and living without possessions in the forest. This leads one to conclude that they were probably shramanas or forest ascetics who gave up household life and spent all their time meditating, contemplating, and trying to overcome desires. Dandamis and Calanus could have been Vedic tapasvinis, yogis, siddhas, or Jain munis, or even Buddhist bhikkhus. 5. Porphyrius, a Roman scholar who wrote 5 centuries after Alexander, classified gymnosophists into 2 categories: the Brahmins, who received knowledge from a divine source and whose leaders were appointed by other leaders, and the Shamanians, Shramanas, who elected leaders and strove for knowledge. 6. Nothingness or shunya is a key concept in Buddhist thought, just as infinity or ananta is a key concept in Hindu thought. From these philosophical ideas emerged the concept of zero and infinity that reached Europe by the 10th century via Arab culture. It led to a flowering of the subject we now call calculus. Book 1. Zeus. Mount Olympus, began Alexander, is where the earth touches the sky. There sits Zeus, my father, king of the gods, who rides eagles, hurls thunderbolts, and holds aloft a pair of scales to ensure there is always balance and justice in the world. Uranus. In the beginning there was chaos, a gaping void full of darkness. Then came Gaia, the goddess, who is earth and the arena of life. Out of Gaia came Uranus, the starry sky. He became her lover and lay above her, clinging firmly to her. Together Gaia and Uranus produced many children, but they were all hideous and malformed. Hecatoncheires, who had 100 hands, and the Cyclops, who had only 1 eye. Uranus would not let them out of Gaia's womb, as they disgusted him. Then he fathered the beautiful Titans, 12 in number, but they made him insecure, and so he clung to Gaia even more firmly, refusing to let any child leave the mother's womb.